Hey, what's going on? Matt Plapp here at Driven Media Solutions. Let's start calling this Car Confessions. How about that name? So, question I get a lot. Got a few of them today. Got 3 or 4 last week. They're asking me about Groupons, Living Social. Is that even around anymore? I think it is. I don't know. The deal sites like the radio stations have, the buy a $25 gift card for $15. And I'll go ahead and answer this because I've done a few hundred of these over the years with a lot of different industries. Auto, retail, GNC nutrition, restaurants, you name it, we've done a lot of them. So what do I think of them? So I'll go ahead and give you my top pointers for the good and the bad and the ugly. So number one, they can be really good or really bad. There's usually not an in-between. What I find is that people who live off them are going out of business. You cannot constantly offer that deep of a discount consistently because nobody's ever going to come to your restaurant for full price, and that is the complete opposite reason of doing offers or coupons. Offers or coupons need to be viewed as a lead generation tool. How do we generate traffic into our restaurant to impress them to get them back a second time? So that's kind of the way to look at them. So a couple tips here. So the one thing I see that people do incorrectly, they do not negotiate a good enough percentage. And so what I mean by that is I've seen people that get 50% of the offer. So they're doing a $25 gift card for $12.50 and they're getting half of that. I've had restaurants I work with that would get 90%. So $25 offer, $12.50 to the customer, and the restaurant's getting, $11 of that. I think it's $10.90 when we got the last one. So there's great opportunities there. So think about that because that's obviously going to impact your bottom line a lot. But the number one thing you have to think about, in my opinion, is what kind of offer can you put out there that entices or gets people to an overspend. And what I mean was I saw one the other day. $50 Groupon for $25 to this restaurant. This restaurant's average ticket is about $40. So everybody that comes in with a Groupon can get their entire meal and then walk out the door. They don't have to do anything extra. Whereas if I was that person consulting that company, I would have said, you know what, let's do a 20 for 10. And let's negotiate a 90% split. So you're going to get $9 of that 20. And that customer's going to come in here. They're going to have to spend $35 or $40. And you're going to get them in, show them a great experience, and hopefully gather some information from them and get them back. The overspend is key, and if your state allows alcohol, some states do on Groupons. I think Groupon, a couple of them have made it to where you can't offer it at all because they're trying to avoid different issues. But if there is an offer that you're doing that allows alcohol, don't allow it, exclude it, because that's more overspend. You can get right to the bottom line. Is like I've got some breweries, and we've done them in the past, and the one was allowed to do alcohol. Well, we didn't do alcohol. We did food only. We did a 20 for $12. The people came in with $12 voucher. We got $12 from the voucher, I guess you'd say. They had a 20 for 12. They came in. They spent their $20, but then they also spent $20 or $30 more because they got 2 or 3 beers. They got a dessert. They had their food and so forth. So that's a big one. The next step is you got to look at what the redemptions look like and how it's actually playing out, because there's a big misconception that everybody that comes in is getting a discount. They're not. And why do I say that? Because 40% of the 100 plus offers I've done with restaurants never get redeemed. So what does that mean? That means that your first 40% of your people, their money they spent is going to offset the first 40% that do redeem the offer. So follow me. 40%, let's say you sell 1,000 vouchers and 400 people come in and redeem those vouchers. Let's say it's a $20 gift card for $10. And you did a good job, like I'm telling you, and you negotiated a 90% split, so you got $9 of that $10. Well, the 40% of the people who do not redeem it, you also got $9 from them, and they never stepped in your restaurant. So you take that $9 to offset the other guy, there's $18 you got on a $20 voucher. So that first 40% redeemed are basically retail. And then you look at the last 20% left, yes, those are deeply discounted. So that's a big thing there. The next big topic you need to look at is you need to have a system in place to acquire their information. So Groupon doesn't give you the information. The radio stations don't give you the information. You might have their name and some type of code number. You don't have their email address, their phone number. You have no way to reach back out to them. So if you ever want to reach them again, you've got to rely on somebody else's marketing. So have a program in place when somebody redeems a Groupon or an offer that you have a bonus. Hell, that's awesome. We appreciate you coming in. We love our Groupon customers. This does a great job for our restaurant. Hey, I got a bonus for you though. If you fill out this card and give us your name and email address and cell phone number, we will give you a free appetizer on your next visit, or a buy one get one free lunch, or some kind of bounce back for their next visit, because one, you're going to get them back again, and now you got their contact information to reach back out to them. So those are my big things to look at. I would highly recommend you only do Groupons in dire need, when you need the business. I've got a few clients of mine that do them every year the week after Christmas, and the offers are valid. Basically, they start on the week, they sell for the week after Christmas, and they're valid until April 1st. And a couple of things I found through trial and error: if the offer, like in the case of one of our restaurants, is not good on a Friday or Saturday, make sure that April 1st is not on a Friday or Saturday, because people assume it's good on that last day. And if it's on a Friday or Saturday, you got a headache on your hands. So have it when it's a time that you don't necessarily need the business, because you don't want to be replacing good money with bad money. And the other thing you want to make sure, don't let the offer stay online too often. I've been in restaurants when people are in there getting ready to eat, eating their food, bill's going to come out, and they see somebody behind them redeeming a Groupon. The first thing they do is go to Groupon and they look it up. Well, guess what? If you got an ongoing offer, the person who was already spending full retail just went to Groupon and downloaded your offer and is now paying not retail. So that's one little tip. Keep the questions coming. I love the feedback. I get emails, I get texts, I get private messages all the time wanting to know different ways they can better run their marketing at the restaurant. I'm Matt Plapp. If you need help, let us know. Go to restaurantmarketingroi.net. We've got some case studies and some great videos on there. Talk to you later.